Hi guys. I hope everybody's doing well. Happy New Year. Um this is just a little bit of encouragement. Today is January 1st, and I believe that this word is going to be timely no matter when you watch it. So it's not necessarily time sensitive, but it's going to hit a little bit different um, if you're watching today. So I know that there are a lot of us who God promised some things to last year. Okay, and we were standing in agreement with one another that those things would be fulfilled. And I know that He was speaking to a lot of us about dates, and we'd been seeing repetitive numbers and a lot of us attached ourselves to those numbers as dates that we were expecting something to manifest here in the natural. And what God is saying is that He sees that, He identifies that. Um, He's pleased with the way that you've handled those dates coming and going and not seeing that anything physically manifested here. Whether you're waiting on the restoration of a marriage, a kingdom spouse to begin pursuing you, or promotion at work, instructions on where to move to, okay, whatever it is that you were waiting on, that you believe that God was giving you the date for. Yeah, that's just because that date came and passed doesn't mean that nothing happened. So when God gives us a date, okay, and He speaks to us very strongly about a date, something always happens on that date. Okay, that His words don't return to Him void. I think a lot of times what happens is that we attach our own assumptions to the date. Like if God has promised you, you know, a kingdom marriage, and He keeps showing you the date 12/22, 12/23, 12/24, it's quite natural for you to just pair the two together and say, okay, well, my kingdom marriage is going to happen on one of these three dates, or I'm going to meet my spouse by one of these three dates. And then when that date comes to pass and there's still no spouse there, there's still, you still haven't been connected to the person, doubt can enter. You start wondering, did I hear God right? Did I do something wrong? What caused this delay? And so it's important that we remember that in order for anything to happen here in the natural, it's got to happen in the spirit first. And a lot of times, God will give us dates of when things are going to move in the spirit so that we can pray and we can come into agreement with these things. Much like in Daniel, when Daniel prayed and the angel was dispatched, but the angel was actually warring for 21 days trying to answer Daniel's prayer. So our prayers partner with whatever's going on in the spirit realm. Now, for those 21 days that Daniel was waiting and praying, did he see the answer to the prayer? No. But he was partnering with the spiritual battle that was taking place. And so a lot of these dates that God has given us for 2020, things did happen. Our prayers were impactful. Major things moved in the spirit realm. Some of you are actually in the process of being knitted to your spouses as we speak. And that process began on the date that God gave you. So this is just encouragement that just because you don't see that something has manifested, don't let go of that date. Don't let go of the promise. Know fully that God is working on your behalf. You're just not able to see it. And thank Him for giving you the date so that you could partner with Him. And thank Him for giving you this opportunity to grow your faith. A lot of times when our faith has to be grown, it's because of a situation that hurts. Someone is sick and we have to remain faithful and prayerful that they're going to get better, or we are in desperate financial need and we need to activate our faith in order to be able to get through whatever that circumstance is. But in this circumstance, when it's such a precious gift, when He's promising you whatever it is that He's promised you, when you're stepping into that promised land, that's an amazing thing to grow your faith on, because God only gives good gifts. And so if He promised you something, you know already that it's going to be bomb. You know already that it's going to be good. So it's like a healthy anticipation that's being built here. So we shouldn't be walking around devastated or defeated when something doesn't happen. We should be dancing and praising God because we know that something is coming. You know, it's like a trip. If you're about to go on a trip in a week, you're gonna be excited. You're not gonna be moping around like, I have to wait 3 days for the trip. Oh my god, I just have to wait like 4 more days for the trip. You're excited. You're like, in 4 days, in 4 days, and still keep that same enthusiasm. So just remember that whenever you're seeing like repetitive numbers, I don't know where that just okay. Guess God wants to say something about that. If you're seeing repetitive numbers, press in and ask him what those numbers mean for you. Because what a number means for one person might not be what it means for someone else. He just wants me to say, I don't know who that's for, but yeah, whatever the numbers that you're seeing have to do with your specific circumstance, and they have to do with your past experiences. And you are depending on other people's interpretations of that number and what that means to them. Thus, you are missing what God is telling you. So if you've been seeing repetitive numbers and you know that you've been going to other people to ask what they mean, or you've just kind of been like here on YouTube typing in the number looking to see what people think that they mean, God doesn't want you to do that. God wants you to come to him because he's going to give you a very specific meaning of that number as it pertains to your life in this season. Not not sure who that is for, but if it's for you, you're gonna know. So this is just a really quick video on that. I know that the 2020 ended, and a lot of people had promises and dates that they thought that they were, gonna get married or gonna get promoted or gonna move by, and here we are, 2021, and we're still here. Like, God, did you forget that the date passed? What? I thought this date meant something. Don't doubt yourself. You did hear God correctly. He was speaking to you about that date for a reason. It just didn't manifest here physically yet for you to be able to see, touch, feel, smell it. And it will soon. Continue to press into him. Continue to hold on to the promise. Don't drop it. That's what the enemy wants. The enemy wants us to drop those promises and say, you know what? That was last year. It didn't happen. We're moving into 2021, and I'm just going to focus on my career this year. I'm just going to focus on my studies this year. Don't do that. Don't let go of what God told you. God said what he said. He said what he said to you. I can't stress that enough. God said what he said. Do not let go of what he said and start trying to do things your own way. Don't say, oh, well, I thought I was going to get married in 2020. It didn't work out. Let me go fill out like a dating profile. Let me start just entertaining men that I know or women that I know are not good for me because, I did it God's way for a year and it didn't work out. Don't do that. Do not let the enemy come in the 11th hour, which is where we are for a lot of us, the 11th hour. Don't let the enemy come in and steal what God is about to do. Okay, doors are open, windows are open, spouses are literally sitting waiting for you right on the other side of that opening, okay? And so it's so important that we continue to pray, that we stand with each other in agreement. I'm still standing for each and every one of you all that has this promise or any promise from God. I'm standing with you. I'm standing with you, believing that it's going to happen any minute. I am so excited to read the emails and the testimonies from you all, okay? I know there were a lot of dates in December, and as the dates started to pass, you guys started to reach out to me like, well, I guess nothing happened. It did. It moved in the spirit. You just haven't seen it yet. So steadfast, continue in prayer, pressing in with the Lord. We are almost there, guys. We are almost there. And like I say at the end of every video, if you don't have anyone to speak to about your relationship with the Lord, if you have questions, reach out to me, email me. Next week, I'm going to be starting my Zoom calls up again. So if you want a free 1 hour Zoom call with me to discuss anything, your journey, just what, if you don't have anyone to talk to about this kind of thing, email me. I'll set something up with you, okay, guys? So I love you all so much. My email address is in the description box. Yeah. I love you guys so, so much. And until next time, bye bye.